We're on location at the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema in Las Colinas as we launch a brand new show that's still covering all the great arts, culture, and entertainment in Irving, including this, Artist Studio. Irving native Larry Whiteley takes us into his metal workshop to learn about his creative process.
I like taking something and using my voice to create that piece.
It's a love story. We have an in-depth conversation with the mayor and his wife Melanie about how their relationship began.
See, this is what we're really like.
Brick oven pizza. Grimaldi's Pizzeria shows us what's cooking in their kitchen in this edition of Irving Eats.
We use the freshest ingredients. Pizzas are prepared in our signature coal-fired brick ovens.
And in Feature Flix, I speak with writer, director, and star Leah McKendrick about her new film, Scrambled.
I'm gonna just put it on screen and hope that somebody out there feels contained and affirmed by this experience.
Hello everyone, I'm Susan Stevens. Welcome to Irving Spotlight. We've got a new name and new look, but we're still providing the same coverage you've cherished for over 30 years. And while we're working on a new set in our studio, we'll be on location at various spots around town, beginning with one of my favorite theaters, Alamo Drafthouse Cinema in Las Colinas. Conveniently located at the Toyota Music Factory, it's a great place to dine while enjoying a new or classic movie. And as Valentine's Day is getting closer, it's also great for date night. We'll learn more about what else Alamo has to offer in a little bit. First, we're going to see how local artist Larry Whiteley turns metal into art in this edition of our new segment, Artist Studio. This is an Ajax.
It weighs 18,000 pounds. I can probably move an 8-inch round billet with that machine.
It's one of the many machines in Larry Whiteley's studio which he uses to create art. Larry is a local Irving sculptor who specializes in one-of-a-kind pieces which are fabricated using metal.
I was heavy into cars, and I completely got tired of that. And my mother-in-law is an interior designer, and I just kind of fell over into that. I like taking something and using my voice to create that piece, to show you kind of how I saw it that day or that moment, and it tells a story.
He has several pieces around the city, including this one at the Irving Art Center.
The nests all represent family.
And you can find his work throughout the Metroplex at luxury hotels like the Ritz-Carlton in Dallas.
We created an arched trellis out of metal, so everything's metal. And so when you walk in, you just feel like you're brought into a different type of space.
Larry's unique style of art is formed with pieces that have a special touch rather than look.
I don't talk about it a lot, but I'm slightly colorblind, so I'm drawn to like texture. If you took all the leaves that I've made, every leaf is different, so everything is one of a kind.
Though his studio is based in Irving, his rare handmade artwork has traveled throughout the U.S. and Europe. And Larry hopes to continue sharing his passion for sculpting with the world. To learn more about Larry Whiteley's work, visit metalworksdfw.com. I don't know about you, but I'm a rom-com fan. Who doesn't enjoy seeing a romance unfold? Especially when that romance is about two people we know and admire. That's why I was honored to have the opportunity to sit down with Mayor Rick Stouffer and his wife Melanie and hear their love story. You know him as the mayor of Irving, but his wife Melanie gets to see a different side.
If you could see Rick in Dominican Republic trying to do the salsa with some of our friends, you'd understand what he's really like.
Melanie and Mayor Rick Stouffer's story began in a South Dakota hospital.
I had been in a really bad car accident, and when I woke up, there was this young man that was bringing the girl in the bed that was sharing the room that I was in magazines and just being so nice to her.
That young man was Rick Stouffer visiting his sister after her appendicitis.
That's how it started. I kind of chased him after that.
And so then she would say, well, is there a way we can get together? She'd tell her friends, well, I'll go out with you if we're going out to see where Rick is.
Not long after that, the two began dating and fell in love.
He's quite the romantic.
Rick encouraged Melanie to go to college and maintained a long-distance relationship.
And I knew that it was important for Melanie to go to school because she had a lot of potential. But I used to write her a letter every day and send it to her.
The fact that he was taking the time to write me a letter every day was kind of mind-blowing.
Eventually, the two wed on June 4th, 1977.
The hottest day that I ever remembered in my life in South Dakota.
Like 100 and some degrees in a little country church. My youngest sister fainted. She was
my bridesmaid, one of my bridesmaids, and fell off.
My dad caught her.
After an unforgettable wedding and successful careers in South Dakota, a new job for Melanie at IBM brought both her and Rick to Irving.
It was kind of like we found a place that reminded us of home.
Irving had a familiar small town feel while offering the opportunities of a big city.
You can find that small town relationships if you get involved with organizations.
And while there are many places in the city they love, their favorite spot is the Valley Ranch canals.
We love being on the canal and walking it together or running it or whatever.
Her running it by herself, and then I just wait here.
It wasn't long before Rick got involved with the city in 1992, representing Valley Ranch on the Planning and Zoning Commission. He then went on to serve 14 years as a city council member. Eventually, he surprised Melanie by wanting to run for mayor.
I looked at him and I said, I thought we were done. No, I don't.
She's speechless. That's kind of what it was.
That really was. I was like, are you serious?
Melanie supported his dream, but Rick also wanted her to retire and join him on this journey. So the two made a bet.
I said, I'll retire if you win by more than 70% of the vote. Statistically, it's not possible. It just can't work. And he got 72% of the vote, so without a runoff. So there we go.
It's something I'd always dreamed about. It's been an amazing experience to see the city grow and to be part of this.
I've been proud of him, but I think I am big. But at the same time, I think that I always knew what type of job he would do because Rick never does anything part-time.
It's that kind of support that has contributed to their successful 49 years together, along with their independence, passion for travel, compromise, and one major rule.
You know, we also don't argue. No. We made that agreement a long time ago.
2 arguments in 49 years.
How's that possible?
Well, I usually give in. No. I mean, it's really it has to be really something major to get upset about it.
We just made that decision. The life's too short.
Ultimately, the two truly love and accept each other for exactly who they are. The mayor and Melanie demonstrate true relationship goals. It's easy to see how much they care for each other. But not everyone can be so lucky in love. That's certainly the case in the new comedy, Scrambled. The film follows a 30-something woman who always seems to be a bridesmaid, but never a bride. This leads her to an empowering and hilarious journey of self-discovery. I spoke with director, writer, and star Leah McKendrick about the film.
I want you to remember, they can be a never, never land. Never growing up, never aging. But those eggs, they are.
I especially love, obviously, from my own personal IVF journey, I love the portrayal and how authentic it is. What part of your process were you wanting to portray the most?
The loneliness. I felt like, and I can't speak to IVF because I was single doing it alone, but it's still all you. Like I think about how 2 people create a baby and then one person has to carry it. You don't both carry it, you know? So I feel like that was the depths of my loneliness I experienced. I went there during freezing my eggs. I felt like I had really failed in a fundamental way as a woman, that I had not been able to find a partner in time for my eggs to still be viable. It was like, well, you blew it. You failed, and here's your punishment. You have to spend $8 zillion trillion, and you need to torture yourself and potentially die by injecting air bubbles. Good luck. This is your punishment for failing as a woman. So for me, I felt such deep loneliness and failure in those moments that I thought, if I can't be the only one feeling this way, I'm gonna just put it on screen and hope that somebody out there feels contained and affirmed by this experience.
What's new with you, Nellie?
I'm thinking about getting my eggs frozen.
That's amazing.
Maybe I should have a baby shower. But you're not having a baby.
No matter what baby shower you're going to or what wedding you're going to in the movie, you are an awesome friend. Like, you're so supportive, and I know that it's very hard sometimes for friends who are going through their own personal struggles to show that kind of support. So I was just curious, has that mentality like always been with you? Like, how do you get through that? Because I know it's not easy.
It's such a lovely sentiment. I'm glad that you pointed that out, that it matters a lot to me to be there. I believe in milestones. I think it's just hopefully embracing each other's life choices and life wins, regardless of what they are, whether it's a movie baby or a human baby or a job baby or a house baby. All of the millions of things that we as women fight for should be celebrated.
What if I screw this up? I don't even know if I want kids. I've seen Euphoria.
You're not gonna screw this up.
Woo!
You're buying time. Someone who's good enough for you is hard to come by.
Scrambled opens in theaters this month. Check AMC Irving Mall and Alamo Drafthouse Cinema Las Colinas for showtimes. It's always nice to sip on a refreshing drink while watching a movie. And if you want to enjoy a beverage after the film, Alamo's Bar, The Vetted Well, offers craft cocktails and an array of local and regional beers. And you know what goes great with a good cocktail? Pizza. There's lots of food around Toyota Music Factory, including here at Alamo Drafthouse. But we had the chance to head over to Grimaldi's Pizzeria to learn more about their coal-fired brick oven pizza in this edition of Irving Eats. It's authentic Brooklyn-style pizza.
We use the freshest ingredients. Our pizzas are prepared in our signature coal-fired brick ovens. The sauce is what does it for me. It's my favorite part of our pizza. It's a little sweet, but not too sweet.
Grimaldi's opened its first location in 1990 underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Since then, it's expanded over 40 locations across the country, including here at the Toyota Music Factory.
Irving's fantastic. Yeah, I'm actually a resident here in Irving. I love it here, so very, very homey.
Grimaldi's offers a variety of specialty pizzas, including their most popular chef selection, the Dawn.
It's topped with Italian meatballs, pepperoni, Italian sausage.
While the Dawn is a year-round favorite, customers can also enjoy their winter menu items, featuring the extra pepperoni and hot honey.
It's topped with extra pepperoni, garlic, and Mike's hot honey sauce, which provides a perfect balance of sweet heat.
The limited time menu also includes the spinach pecan salad with fresh spinach, red onions, dried cranberries, topped with candied pecans and feta dressed with a balsamic vinaigrette, along with seasonal cocktails and 2 creamy, delectable desserts.
Reese's cheesecake, espresso cheesecake. For our cocktails, we have the Mary Cherry Margarita as well as the Espresso Martini.
And with Grimaldi's being right by the pavilion, it makes for a great pre- or post-show hotspot.
Especially in the summertime when concert season is in full swing, it's a great place to stop and get a cocktail, a cold beer at our garage door bar.
Ultimately, Grimaldi's Pizzeria prides itself on being a family-friendly restaurant with a passion for pizza that you won't taste anywhere else.
One thing that makes Grimaldi's unique is we have a special water filtration system. It mimics the exact water you would get in New York, so it provides an authentic Brooklyn-style pizza all the way here in Irving, Texas.
Try one of Grimaldi's handmade pizzas by visiting 310 West Las Colinas Boulevard, Suite 100, or you can order online at grimaldispizzeria.com. If pizza's not your thing and you want more date night options or general fun things to do, Levi Gomez, our man about town, has some great suggestions.
The Ginger Man at Water Street is hosting a Valentine's Day beer and chocolate tasting. Tickets include 6 limited beers with a dessert pairing. Share it with someone special or take it all for yourself. This all happens February 10th at 3 p.m. Come check out the Masquerade Gala benefiting the Holy Family Catholic Academy and the students' educational needs. This event includes dinner, a silent and a live auction, and more. All this happens February 10th at 6 p.m. Presented by the Irving Black Arts Council, it's Introspection. The artwork is being showcased in the main gallery. It features works from African American artists in the DFW area. The exhibit runs through February 28th here at the Irving Arts Center. Cold weather fun comes back to Irving with the annual Frost Fest. This winter festival features ton fun snowy activities for the whole family. Come have a chill February 17th at 10 a.m. Hosted by the Irving Heritage Society, it's Vintage Valentine Tea of 1914. Guests are invited to come and go from 2 to 4 p.m. It's free and it's open to the public and takes place February 18th here at the Heritage House. The annual Black History Month program presented by the Irving Black Arts Council and the City of Irving. It'll feature poetry by Zamil and the unveiling of the 2024 Black Heritage Postage Stamp. All this happens February 18th at 3 p.m. here at the Irving Arts Center.
And that wraps up the premiere episode of Irving Spotlight. Join us next time as we have highlights from the Martin Luther King Jr. Observance and Essay Competition, and we attend the city's annual Frost Fest. Those stories and more next time on Irving Spotlight. As always, feel free to contact us and tell us stories you'd like to see on the show. You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on X and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and a big thank you to Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, Las Colinas for being a great host and giving us many reasons to return. For Irving Spotlight, I'm Susan Stevens.